Stop doing this right now if you ever want to walk into a room and actually be noticed by the people who matter. Seriously. Most people walk into a party or a meeting looking like they're trying to hide from their own shadow, and then they wonder why they feel invisible. You think it's your clothes or your bank account, but it's actually something way smaller and way more dangerous. Imagine having a superpower where you could make someone's heart skip a beat before you even say a single word. Sounds impossible? It's not. There is a psychological trigger buried deep in the human brain that decides if someone is the one or just another face in exactly 5 seconds. I'm going to reveal the exact move that flips that switch, but first, you need to understand why everything you've been taught about attraction is a lie. Here is the thing about our brains. They are lazy, really lazy. Evolution designed us to make snap judgments so we don't get eaten by a tiger, and that same primitive hardware is running your social life today. When you see someone new, your brain does a high-speed scan. It asks, are they a threat? Are they an ally? Or are they someone I want to know better? If you don't nail those first 5 seconds, you are fighting an uphill battle for the rest of the night. But what if I told you that the secret isn't about being the loudest person in the room? Actually, forget everything I just said about being loud. The real magic happens in the silence. It's the way you hold your space. It is a specific vibration you send out. Most people get this totally wrong by trying too hard. I know what you're thinking. You think you need a killer opening line or some smooth pickup phrase you saw on the internet. Wrong. The moment you walk through a door, your body is screaming a story about who you are. If your shoulders are up to your ears and your eyes are darting around like a caffeinated squirrel, you've already lost. But imagine this instead. You enter, you pause for exactly 1 heartbeat, and you scan the room with a calm, predatory confidence. Not scary predatory, but I know exactly where I am predatory. This is the anchor effect. It forces everyone else's brain to sync up with your rhythm. We'll get to the hand gesture that seals the deal in a second, but you need to realize that people don't fall for your words, they fall for the way they feel when they're standing next to you. Now, let's talk about the eyes. This is where most people fail miserably. They either stare too hard like a serial killer, or they look away too fast like they're embarrassed to exist. There is a golden ratio for eye contact that triggers a massive release of oxytocin in the other person. It's called the sticky look. Imagine your eyes are literally glued to theirs for just a fraction of a second longer than is socially comfortable. That tiny bridge of extra time creates a spark of tension that the human brain finds irresistible. It signals that you are not afraid of intimacy. It signals that you are seeing them, truly seeing them, in a world where everyone else is just looking at their phones. This isn't just a trick, it's a psychological hijack of their nervous system. But wait, there is an even bigger secret. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem instantly friendly? It is the eyebrow flash. When we see someone we like or someone we find non-threatening and attractive, our eyebrows naturally flick up for a millisecond. If you learn to do this consciously, you are literally hacking the other person's survival instincts to make them trust you instantly. It's wild. You are communicating on a level that bypasses logic entirely. You're telling their subconscious, hey, I'm a friend, I'm high value, and you should pay attention to me. When you combine that flash with a slow, genuine smile, the kind that actually crinkles the corners of your eyes, you become a magnet. People will find themselves gravitating towards you without even knowing why. They'll tell their friends, I don't know what it is, but there's just something about that person. You are controlling the narrative. But here is where the story changes direction. Up until now, we've talked about power and confidence, but if you want someone to truly be crazy about you, you can't just be a cold, perfect statue. Perfect is boring. Perfect is intimidating. The real twist, people are actually attracted to your flaws when they are wrapped in confidence. This is called the Pratfall Effect. If you're incredibly poised and then you make a small, clumsy mistake, like stumbling over a word or laughing at yourself, it makes you infinitely more relatable. It breaks the perfection barrier and lets them in. It says, I'm powerful, but I'm human. That contrast is intoxicating. It's the difference between a movie character you admire and a person you actually want to spend your life with.
I shouldn't even be telling you this because it's so powerful, it feels like cheating. Let's dive deeper into the presence factor, because this is the part that most people miss entirely. You can have the perfect eyes and the perfect smile, but if your mind is somewhere else, the other person will feel it. Total presence is the rarest currency in the modern world. When you are with someone, be 100% there. Don't look over their shoulder to see who else is in the room. Don't check your notifications. Give them the gift of focus. This creates a vacuum where they feel like the only person on the planet. It's a high-energy exchange that leaves them feeling energized and special. Most people are so starved for real attention that when you give it to them, they become addicted to it. It's like a drug. You aren't just making them like you are giving them a unique feeling. Actually, let's talk about how you sound. Your voice is a musical instrument that can either soothe or irritate. If you speak too fast, you sound nervous. If you speak too high, you sound insecure. The secret to being truly captivating in those first 5 seconds is the downward inflection. Instead of ending your sentences with a question mark, like you're asking for permission, end them with a period. Let your voice drop slightly at the end of a thought. It conveys authority and calm. Think about the way a king or a queen speaks. They don't rush, they don't scramble, they own the air they breathe. When you speak with that low, resonant warmth, it vibrates in the other person's chest. It's a physical sensation that bypasses their ears and goes straight to their heart. You're not just talking anymore, you're casting a total spell. Remember that hand gesture I mentioned earlier, the one that seals the deal? It's the open palm technique. When you gesture with your palms visible, it signals ancient biological trust. It says you have no weapons. It says you are open and honest. Combine this with everything else, the pause, the eyes, the eyebrow flash, and the downward tonality, and you have a cocktail of attraction that is scientifically impossible to ignore. In just 5 seconds, you've gone from a stranger to someone they feel they've known forever. You've hacked their brain's social coding. But here is the final secret, the one I saved for the end because it's the most important. All these tricks only work if you actually believe you are worth it. The 5-second rule isn't about changing who you are. It's about finally showing the world the best version of yourself. So here is my challenge to you. Don't just watch this and go back to scrolling. Go out there and try it. Walk into the next room like you own it. Pause for that one heartbeat and look someone in the eye with that sticky look. Watch how their face changes. Watch how the energy in the room shifts toward you. It's going to feel weird at first, maybe even scary, but that's just the feeling of your old self being left behind. If you feel like you've just learned a secret that could change your entire social life, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button only if you're ready to stop being invisible and start being the person everyone remembers. Because once you know how to flip this switch, there is no going back to the way things were. Go out and be legendary.